You are 23 years old, ex-military. 4 years in the Mexican Marines, discharged with a shattered knee, a box of medals nobody will ever frame, and a pension that does not cover rent in a city where rent is the least of your problems. You are back in Culiacan with a skill set that has exactly 2 applications: private security or the other thing. The other thing pays better. A man you served with, a sergeant named Pena, calls you on a Tuesday. He does not explain the job. He does not say who it is for or what it pays. He gives you an address and a time and hangs up. You show up because Pena never wasted your time in the field. The address is a ranch 40 minutes outside the city. Armed men at the gate. Armed men at the door. A courtyard that costs more than every house on the street you grew up on combined. Pena walks you into a room where a man is eating shrimp off a ceramic plate like it is 2 in the afternoon, and he has nowhere in the world to be. Because he does not. His name is Lazaro Fuentes. You have heard the name the way everyone in Sinaloa has heard it. The way you hear thunder before you see what it hit. He does not shake your hand. He asks Pena 3 questions without looking away from your face. Your service record. Your discharge reason. Whether you drink. Then he tells you the salary. $15,000 a month. Cash. You start tomorrow. He goes back to his shrimp. The interview lasted 90 seconds. You did not accept the job. The job did not ask. Your assignment is simple. Stand between Lazaro Fuentes and everything that wants him dead. Rival cartels. The military. The DEA. Informants inside his own organization. There are 14 bodyguards on the detail, all ex-military, all carrying weapons that would get you 20 years in a prison that is already on the payroll. You rotate 12-hour shifts. When Lazaro sleeps, you stand outside his door. When he eats, you stand behind his chair. When he meets with suppliers and politicians and generals, you watch hands. Always hands. Faces lie. Hands reach for weapons. The first 6 months are uneventful. You stand. You watch. You ride in armored convoys through streets you used to walk as a kid, buying paletas from a cart that is probably still there. You eat better than you have ever eaten, because Lazaro's cook prepares meals for the detail, and the cook used to work at a resort in Cabo before he was recruited at triple the salary. You send money home to your mother. You tell her you are doing private security for a businessman. She does not ask questions. Mothers in Culiacan learned a long time ago that questions have a cost they cannot afford. You settle into the routine the way a soldier settles into a post. Vigilant, but bored. You start to believe the job is standing, that the salary is for your presence, not your performance. Then month 7 happens. Lazaro is meeting a regional distributor at a restaurant outside Mazatlan. Private room. 4 bodyguards inside, 6 outside. You are inside, 3 meters behind Lazaro's left shoulder. The distributor is a man named Ochoa. He is nervous. You can see it in his hands. He keeps adjusting his watch. He keeps touching the edge of the table. His eyes move to the door twice in under a minute. You clock all of it. You shift your weight forward. You unholster the safety on your sidearm without anyone hearing the click. At 9:47 p.m., the door behind Ochoa opens, and 2 men step through carrying automatic rifles. The next 11 seconds are the longest of your life. You do not think. You move on training that was drilled into your nervous system during 4 years of military operations. You pull Lazaro to the floor with your left hand. You draw with your right. You fire 3 rounds. 2 connect. The first man drops. The second gets a burst off that shatters the window behind you before Pena puts him down from across the room. 11 seconds. Lazaro gets up. He straightens his shirt. He looks at you with an expression you will never forget. It is not gratitude. It is appraisal. He has watched you kill a man, and he is evaluating your technique the way a coach watches game tape. He nods. He says 2 words. Good hands. Ochoa is dragged out by the outside detail. You do not see him again. That night you sit on the edge of your bed and stare at your hands. The same hands your mother held when you were a child. The same hands that saluted officers and carried a flag and believed the uniform meant something. Those hands killed a man 6 hours ago to protect a man who has killed more people than you will ever know. And the only thing you feel is the adrenaline fading and the quiet certainty that you would do it again. Not because you believe in Lazaro, because in 11 seconds your body chose a side and your mind did not get a vote. After Mazatlan, Lazaro pulls you into the inner circle. You are no longer rotating with the full detail. You are on his personal team. 3 men. You, Pina, and a former Special Forces operator named Rios who does not talk and does not need to. You go everywhere Lazaro goes. You see the shipments leave warehouses at 3 in the morning in trucks marked with agricultural company logos. You see the money arrive in suitcases carried by men who never make eye contact. You see meetings where men's lives are discussed with the same emotional register as delivery schedules. Someone is skimming from a distribution point in Durango. Lazaro listens. He nods. He says handle it. And 10 days later, 7 people disappear from a village you will never visit. You see Lazaro hold his daughter at her birthday party with the same hands that gave that order. He braids her hair. He laughs at her jokes. He carries her on his shoulders through the garden while the mariachi plays.